Has riding the bike itself created an improvement in him?
Yeah, because he has an independence. So that's definitely, you know, but he'll tell you like, oh, my parents, they don't let me do anything. They don't let me have people over. He touched a little bit on the one girl. He had a friend, and that friend came over once with a bunch of people. And this one girl decided that she was going to go lay in his bed and not leave. And I was like, we don't even know you. So, you know, and again, you leave a certain, you know, we're in a very confined area here, but outside of this area is not Connecticut.
What risk factors do you see from him dating?
I see that the problem is that once they get to know him, that it's not going to be good. He just had a girl that he started to have a little relationship with, and she has traumatic brain injury. But he got very friendly very fast with her, and she didn't like that. She was pushing him away, and then she finally had to say no more.
Do you think there's an element of disinhibition on his side, anxiety on hers, and the way that relationship evolved?
Definitely, definitely.
Explain.
He wanted to, again, be normal, and normal is to have a girlfriend. He felt a boyfriend should, you know, put his arm around and hug and kiss, and she just was not, that was too much, too fast. She just wanted to be friends and watch a movie. And for him, he wanted to watch the movie in his room, even though that wouldn't have, in his eyes, he was not going to lead to have intercourse at the end, but she felt like, no, that's prohibited because that's your bedroom. So we come out here and watch the movie.
One of the problems with brain injury, and it may be more true of the girl than with him, though, is there sometimes is a personal space and a boundary issue.
Exactly.
Does he have that?
Does he have a personal space?
I mean, does he get upset if somebody gets in too close, invades his personal space, or pushes him? Obviously, when you push is a different type of phenomenon, but.
No, not so much. I mean, as far as he likes everything to be in his space, exactly. Like with the cleaning lady comes, she's not to touch his things in his room, in his bathroom. Everything is in its space. So with a relationship, we haven't really had enough to really, not enough data there.
Has he met any girls who aren't within the more sheltered environment of the brain injury community? Hasn't met anybody at the gym or through friends? Has he had any brushes with the law?
No.
Do you worry that could become a problem as he starts to expand
I should
geographic?
say no. What happened was there was some break-ins in our community, so they beefed up the law enforcement to come in. So here's TJ on a bike, and he has a license plate that says, "I'd rather be yelling bingo." But anyway, the police officer stopped him, and they asked him some questions. His name and where he lives. And TJ's response back was, "Why do you want to know? Are you writing a book?" And the police officer was like, "No, well, I have to write down, no." And he told him, "Well, you can't even be talking to me without my parents." And then the next response was, "Well, if you're writing a book, leave that chapter out." That was his response back. So, do we shelter him? Yeah.
How did you find out about, did the police officer contact you?
He came home and told me. He did come right home and told me what had happened. And then I was on the phone with the association president to let him know and to let the police officers know. Because TJ is in the neighborhood and riding his bike often. And the deed restriction committee, we have to monitor our street. And he has a street that's his responsibility. And he takes that very seriously. So.
What other behavioral or frontal problems do you identify that we haven't talked about?
I think we hit a lot of it. Think of anything? I think we're afraid to talk.
Yeah, you haven't been too afraid to talk.
Well, now it's home.